Mr. Burns is the best because he's just very compassionate and caring, and he really cares for all of his students, and he's always there when you're having a bad day or when you just need somebody to make you laugh. He's Rap Daddy G, which is really cool because nobody raps like him, and Bear is just the sweetest dog and is always there for cuddles.
Really kind, and he's the greatest chaperone of all time.
Miss Blum has helped me succeed since the day that I met her, and she's very helpful towards a lot of people, and the school is very lucky to have her.
Ms. Blum is my favorite teacher because she's very kind and caring and just awesome overall.
Mrs. Warnock is my favorite teacher because she helps us every day and she's very sweet and kind.
Mrs. Chilson, seeing you always makes my day better. I'm very glad I've got to have you for 3 classes over these past 2 years, and I'm sad I won't get to see you next year.
Mrs. Clark, I'm thankful for you always making really good food for us, whether it's just the class or track. I'm really thankful for the popcorn you give us once a week and for you never giving up on me in math, even when I've given up on myself.
Mr. Harding, I just want to take a moment to show my appreciation for all the work that you've done this year for me, and not even just for me, but for everyone else. Through track, cross country, and just economics and other classes like Spanish and stuff, I know that's a lot of work and that's pretty hard, and I greatly appreciate your dedication for everyone and for me, and I greatly appreciate it. You've done an amazing job, and I thank you so much. I know that a lot of people think the exact same thing too, so thank you.
Mr. Johns is a great teacher. He always keeps us on track.
I forgot what I was saying.
Mr. Perry is a pretty chill teacher, and I like him because he lets us do what we want after we do the group activity, and he's just a pretty chill guy.
Mr. Perry, thank you for being such a chill teacher and giving us the chillest environment so we can come in, relax, rewind, and just have a good time and start off a really good day.
Mr. Collins, happy Teacher Appreciation Week. I appreciate you and everything you've done for me, especially on football on the sidelines. Helped me become a better athlete for the future.
Thanks for making... wait, I'm bad at this.
Thank you for being so cheerful and brightening up everybody's day.
Miss Vance is a...
Mrs. Rudder is a really loud and outgoing person.
very nice teacher.
If you're having a bad day, she'll always come over and ask you if you're okay and try to help in any way she can.
She can teach while having lots of fun, which makes the class very entertaining.
She has very much fun in class. We have fun in class, and she has fun assignments that we can do together.
Thanks for making class fun and exciting each and every day.
Happy Teacher Appreciation Week, Mr. Richards. Even though you're getting on me all the time, I still really think you're a really great teacher, and I'm thankful for all you do.
Happy Teacher Appreciation Week, Mr. Richard.
Things that I like about Collins is how he teaches and helps people, and robotics, that's a thing he goes out of his way to do, and he dedicates a lot of time to it. And I like how he's helpful and likes doing those out of school things even when he doesn't have to.
Mrs. Nuffer is my favorite teacher. Since I got to this school, she has welcomed me into her band. Even though I didn't come to the band camp where we were supposed to practice, she allowed me in so I could participate and learn new stuff.
Gosh, I don't even know where to start with Rudder. You're always so loud, but it's funny at the same time. You can always somehow, no matter how much attitude you say I give you, I don't. That's you. But it's always so fun. And you just keep it light. Sometimes we all wish you could just bring it down a notch, but that's not the point. And you always know so much about history and the random facts that you'll just shoot out or the random side stories that you'd give us. It's always so much fun sometimes, just to hear. Or when you go on your rants about your butcher shop, those are always fun, or mad about random things breaking at your house that we hear about. It's always fun to hear the stories. You're just a good teacher, but you always care about us at the same time.
I fell in love with music. I've been in love with music for a long time, and being able to pursue that with as great a teacher as Mrs. Nuffer makes me truly grateful.
Both Miss Warnock and Miss Forche try and help me and succeed every day, all the time. And I would just like to say thank you to both of you.
I remember when after the first year, I wasn't sure if I wanted to do band again because I hadn't felt like I belonged, but Mrs. Neffer reached out and she brought me back into the band camp, which I participated in for 3 days.
Mr. Skyver is a great person. He's very funny. Every time I walk in, we always give each other a handshake. Sometimes he pulls me in for a little hug, but he's always got a great humor and he's always got something nice to say to me. He's really good at teaching. He knows how to keep his students under control, but not too rude or forceful. He knows how to be careful about what he talks about, but he knows how to make someone smile too.
Which was it was either 3 or 2 days, but it was shorter than everybody else.
Happy Teacher Appreciation Week, Mr. Kinney. Thank you for everything that you do.
Miss Forche is one of the best teachers you'll ever meet.
But I felt like I belonged. I tried out for piano and I signed up for piano because I love the sound of piano.
Thank you for Mr. Johns. You always motivate me to do what I do in the gym.
Miss Clark is super sweet. Even if you're mean to her, like, she won't hold it against you. Like, I used to be so mean in class, and she still regularly buys me coffee because she knows it keeps me awake in the morning. Like, she'll go out of her way to go to the store on days she doesn't usually go to the store. If I tell her that I'm, like, out of coffee creamer, and she'll be like, oh, I'll go get it for you. And every morning she makes me a pot of coffee, and I'll go in there, and I don't have her as a teacher anymore, so I'm not in her class, and she's just still being so sweet and taking time out of her day to go to the store, spending her own money on a coffee pot and coffee and creamer, and then you go in there and she's just so sweet to you. Hi, how's your day? Oh, it's your last this day of being at school ever.
I love the sound of classical music, and Mrs. Nuffer is helping me pursue that in the best way that I can. She's always there to help me. She has the most amazing personality.
Hi, Mrs. Beckwith. I love it when you help me with high jump, and I really appreciate you teaching me in class about all these words that I'm never gonna use.
Yeah, Miss Beckwith, great teacher, yeah!
And she's able to get as in-depth as she needs to.
Thank you, Mr. Harding, for this year. We especially loved psychology class with you. We learned a lot. It was really interesting.
It's our favorite class of the day. And thank you for pushing us into doing sport. We actually kind of enjoy running now.
Hey, Mr. Harding. No, bro, I'm with the mic. I got the mic. Hey, Mr. Harding, I'm really glad I had you as a teacher this year. You really helped me to figure out a little bit about the U.S. And I really love the fact that you have like a lot of fun stuff to do in class. Push us to sport, as the girls say. And yeah.
I would like to thank you for those class during our exchange year. With all the fun stuff we had in class. You make those classes really chill and enjoyable. And I forgot what I had to say.
Or as in-depth as she can for those who really want to learn. And it makes it amazing to learn with Mrs. Nuffer.
Thank you for making class so fun, Mr. Kinney, and keep running, buddy.
I really appreciate how hard she pushes us to go, because it's really hard to be motivated in class, especially here, because I feel like not enough places hold us to a high enough standard. So she's really good with that, and I really like the energy there is there. I haven't met somebody who's felt out of place there before, whether it be by the community that's just in the classroom or just by I don't know, the atmosphere. And it's been a huge crutch for me, personally. She's organized us the way that she keeps us accountable. She's a great teacher and a great person.
Mrs. Beckwith is definitely one of my favorite teachers for being the most knowledgeable about reading. I love being able to talk to her about my favorite books and also just about random stories that she comes up with. I feel like she always knows a lot of random facts, but it makes for a good conversation. And she's just very easy to talk to, and I really am glad that I've had her as a teacher.
I mean, in order to, what I would say, to help me succeed in her class.
All right, Mr. Rudder, you, sir, were a good man for me. Literally through my 6th grade year for Camp Rotary, all the way through 10th grade, junior year, senior year. You've been a great person for me. Thank you, Rudder.
She made a bet with me playfully, and this bet I will succeed, but it was to stay off my phone, because apparently I had been on it a lot. I now can no longer be on it. which is beneficial to everybody, but it's going to be more beneficial to me. I love Mrs. Nuffer.